you're doing really well. Well, it's been 2 weeks since we started our last project, so it's time to begin a new project. Remember that it was raining every day for about 2 weeks? There was no sunlight whatsoever. That's why we made the rainy day painting, right? Well, it's been about 2-3 days since the sun is finally starting to shine again, and I've been enjoying the sunlight and especially the sunset in the afternoons. So I was inspired by that, and we're going to do a painting where we can see the sunset and a bird sitting on a branch but in silhouette. A silhouette is when you can see all the objects and the buildings and trees and everything kind of like black colors during the sunset time when things are starting to get darker. Okay, so today we need a normal practice paper and a pencil and eraser just to learn how to draw the tree branch and the bird. Okay, so today is learning how to draw. Next week is gonna be the painting, and that's gonna be in oil pastel. Okay, so here we go. Get ready. Okay, so we have our practice paper and a pencil. I am going to draw kind of hard and dark so that you can see my drawing really well in the video. But always try to make a habit of drawing a little bit lightly so that it's easy to erase the lines if you ever make a mistake. But do not be afraid to make mistakes because we have erasers and we can always start over. There's nothing wrong with it. Okay, so let's begin with the tree branch. What I'm thinking about for our composition is to paint the background in sunset colors, and then there's gonna be a tree coming from the side and a bird is gonna be sitting on it. So let's learn how to draw the branch first. Okay, ready? So it's very simple. We can start from one side. It can be from this side or that side. I'm going to put it from this side, and you can try both ways. We're going to make the first line go slightly down and long like that, and then slightly up and maybe shorter than this one. And then the last one even shorter, maybe going down again. Of course, you can make it go up again, up the first one, and then kind of straight down the second one, and then up again for the third one. What's more important is that this is longer, and this is medium length, and this is the shortest, because the trees grow always at the direction towards the end of the branch, and the older one is always longer than the newer ones. Okay, now we're going to make this line a double line so that it becomes more like a shape. Okay, so I'm gonna work on this one. I'm going to start much below the first line, and you can decide how thick you want to begin. Now, when we do this line here, I want you to try to make the line so that it's not like the first one, but it's getting a tiny bit closer towards this part of the first line. So when lines are perfectly straight like that together, we call it parallel lines. Okay, so let's try to make it not perfectly parallel, but goes a little bit angled so it becomes thicker here and thinner here towards the end of the first line. So we can practice that in air drawing, and let's try. Okay, this is thicker than this. So this one was successful. Now the second line, like this. This is thinner than this. And lastly, just going towards the end. There we go. Now, what to do with the end? Well, we can just close it with one line, or you can split it in two and then make even tinier branch, then close it. Or of course, it is a good option to put a little 1, 2 line like this so that it looks like little leaves. Okay, now we have the main branch, and we're going to put a few thinner branches so that it has more growth. So whether it's top or bottom, I think I want to start from the bottom because then I can make a little V shape here. So this one going down, of course, I don't want it as thick as this one. I'm just gonna make a bunch of tiny branches like this. And maybe I can make it split. Of course, it looks more fun if you make this one and this one different length, right? And maybe I can make the leaf shape here. So here, maybe I'm going to put it, here or here. I have to think about where I'm going to put the bird. Maybe I'm gonna put him here, so it's okay that I put a branch here. So thinking about the V shape, I'm gonna make it go this way. Ta-da! And this time, I'm going to make it go all the way and cut it, or put the leaf shape like this. And I'm just going to put another tiny tweak instead of splitting right at the end like these two. Now my last one, I can put it here or here. I think I'm gonna put it right here. Split, make this one longer maybe, and put some leaves. Now, after we put the bird, we're going to maybe put more tiny twigs and branches. But this is where I'm going to stop because I want to teach you how to draw the bird. And then we can put the bird here. And we're going to maybe put more things in places where we think is better. Okay? So let's move on to the bird. Okay, new paper. Now, we're going to try to start with really simple shapes and then put many simple shapes together so that it looks like more complicated bird shape. So we have to start with a half circle. So we start with a straight line and then we put the half circle on the bottom like this, like a smiley mouth, right? We can make this one straight, or we can make it diagonal this way and put our smiley mouth. Or we can make it go this way and then put the smiley mouth. Okay? So I want you to actually practice all three today so that you can choose what you like the best and what comes out more easily for you. Okay? After that, we're going to put the head. The head is simply a circle. So you can put it here or you can put it here. But what's important is that we're not going to put it so that it's right on a corner or an edge of the first shape. We're going to make sure that it's kind of overlapped like this. So later on, we're going to erase this part. Now here, let's try to put it here on the right side. Overlapped. It can be a little higher, a little lower. It doesn't matter because, of course, the bird can put his head downward or upward or looking straight. So it doesn't really matter. But just let's not put it like right on the edge of something. Make sure that the first shape and the second shape is slightly overlapped. Now I'm going to put one here. Maybe I'm going to put it in the really, really low part here so that he looks like he's looking down. So that's the head. Now, depending on also what you do with the beak, which is going to be just simple triangular shape, you can make the bird looking up or straight or down. So for this one, I'm going to put it maybe a little bit like here. See, a simple triangular shape. So he looks like he's looking up slightly. For him, see, his body is looking up a little bit, but I'm going to make him look straight with the head. Now so he's going to keep looking down. Okay, now we can put the detail like the eye so that we're done with the head. Now the eye is just tiny little circle, right? And we want to put it a little bit closer to the beak instead of in the middle of the circle. So if this is the middle of the circle, a little closer to the beak is where we want to put it. Now if you want a cartoon eye, oh no, this is gonna be a silhouette. I'm sorry, but just in case you want to draw this bird, we're going to just talk about the eye, but in our real painting, we're not gonna put the eye because it's gonna be in silhouette. But if you want, just in case you want to learn, a cartoon eye can be bigger, right? And then you can put something like that. If you want a realistic eye, when you color it black, you can start from outside, go towards the center, and leave tiny bit of white dot like this. And that's a little bit more realistic. Okay, so you can do that. You can practice any type of eye for these three options. And just remember that for our silhouette painting, everything is gonna be just in one big black shape because that's how the world looks like during the sunset time. Now, we can put the rest of the body. So you can also put a wing that's kind of moving. If they close their wings, you see it here inside of the body. And it can get all kinds of different shapes, but I want to keep it kind of simple and I want to make it like half circle. Now, because our painting is going to be in silhouette, if the wing is closed like this, we shouldn't really have to do anything. But if you want the wing to be moving a little bit, maybe the bird is stretching the wing just a little bit, you can make your smaller half circle like this up. And when we work on the silhouette, it's gonna look kind of like this. Okay? Instead of just one simple half circle. Now, these two are the options for the wing. If you want the wing to be on the side, all closed, then you don't have to do anything. But for other types of drawing, you can use some sort of half circle shape so that it looks like a closed wing. If you want the wing to be up a little bit, then you can make your second and smaller half circle going this way. Now, the tail. The tail, to make it simpler, we're going to put it like a triangular shape here. And there are several options. You can make it go kind of up like this. You can make it go kind of down like that. Or you can make it go, for example, just straight like this. Also, you can make the end rounder. That would be your choice. So I want you to right now try putting different direction of the tail and also try making it rounder to see what you like. Ready? Go. Like that. All right, we need one last thing. Just two tiny legs, right? Those will be easier because you just go 1, 2, 1, 2, and then she's gonna be sitting on a branch. So you can maybe end it like this in tiny bit of triangular line or just split both sides diagonally like that. And it's gonna be touching the tree branch right there. So that's the bird. Now let's put a bird on the tree branch that we were working on. Okie dokie, so here's the branch that we were working on. And I was thinking about putting the bird here. And I think I'm going to draw the bird so that the head is looking that way. So I want to just imagine how big the bird is gonna be so that I can choose a good spot. I think somewhere around here and this big so that there's space for the tail and the bird is looking towards the center of the painting is a good idea. And I want the direction of the bird kind of simple, maybe looking a little bit upward this way. So not too diagonal, but slightly diagonal, maybe a little lower, and half circle. I'm gonna have to erase that line later. And overlapping a little bit the bird's head. And remember that we can go around several times until you like your circle, okay? And I think I want the beak maybe looking completely, just perfectly ahead like that. There we go. And I'm not putting the eye because this is gonna be all painted in black so that it becomes a silhouette. Now to make the silhouette interesting, I think I want the wing to be opening a little bit, like so. There we go. Now the tail here, I think I want it just kind of diagonal, not too much up, not too much down. Maybe something like this. And I'm gonna try the round. There we go. And 2 tiny lines going down and maybe ending it, opening up a little bit. And it's gonna look something like this with the branch. There it is. Basically, this is done. Okay, so that is today's lesson. We are going to use what we learned today, and we are going to work on a fairly small paper so that it doesn't take so much time to finish. So for next week, you're gonna need oil pastel or crayon, and I think you're gonna need tissue paper. It's the best to use the kitchen towel because it's thicker. Normal toilet paper can break a little bit easily because we're gonna use it to blend. Okay, and of course we need a pencil. And if you can find the darkest pencil in your house, that would be really, really helpful. So I hope you enjoyed learning how to draw a branch and a bird. Of course, like I mentioned, you can put a little bit more tiny twigs and branches on your little branch so that it looks fuller. But that would be your choice. And remember, this is going to be silhouette, so you don't have to practice the eye too much. But there are different options for directions of the body and the shape of the wings. So I hope you practice all different angles of the bird, okay? Well, I hope you have a great week. And next week, we're going to learn how to paint sunset colors and blend and then draw the branch and the bird in silhouette. All right? Have a great week, everyone. Miss you guys. Bye-bye. Take care.